So here we are. It's October 25th, 2012. What are your thoughts on the past year of yourself and Occupy Oakland?
It's been a busy year for me and Occupy Oakland, and I think it's been a good year. And looking back, I've had a lot of opportunities to share the voice of Occupy Oakland over the past year.
Where do you think the movement is at compared to where it was a year ago?
Well, it's not quite where it was, but there's still a group of dedicated people who are organizing events and doing events, and that's all you need to have a successful movement.
Do you think, what do you blame, or what do you think the reasons are that it's not as big as it was a year ago?
There are a number of reasons. I think number one is fear of police brutality. We saw what happened a year ago, what could happen to you if you come out to one of these protests, even if you don't do anything wrong. And also, I think a lot of the media tends to focus on criticisms of Occupy Oakland, which, it's not a good name for it. And I think those are the two biggest reasons why people aren't all that interested in it.
What's your involvement been? Are you on any particular committees? What's your involvement at this point?
I mean, I'm not on any committees. I did help plan this event and other events, and I participate at the library in East Oakland once in a while. But also I tend to focus a little more on Iraq Veterans Against the War and devote a lot of my time to that too.
And so what do you think, do you think a year later it's been a success, a failure, something in between? Occupy.
I think Occupy has been a success overall. For one, it's radicalized a generation who I don't think is going to give up until we create a world that we want to live in.
And what are your thoughts about tonight? What should happen? What might happen? What will happen?
Well, I think tonight is already a good night, and I think the march will be a great way to call OPD out and begin to hold them accountable. And I think that I just really hope that everybody stays safe tonight.
How has the past year changed your views on police?
Well, I never really saw police as my friends, but now I get a lot more anxiety around police, and I have really no trust for them.
Are you following any of the stuff with OPD where the feds might take over?
Yeah.
What are you hoping happens?
I'm not sure a federal takeover will be enough to get them to change their actions, and I'm not sure what it's going to take to get the actions of the officers on the streets every day to change their perspective and to change their actions. And that's why we do events like this, to call them out and to hold them accountable.
And what do you think has been the biggest, some people say the foreclosures or the banks, or locally here, actions against the police. What do you think is kind of the legacy of Occupy, or the part that's stuck the best?
I'm not sure I really...
Like, are there any like issues that you think Occupy has made the biggest impact on in terms of actions or in terms of changing the public opinion?
I think the biggest impact has been showing that a group of people who care enough about something can take a direct action and to have a direct impact on their community. And I think it's been demonstrating that's had the biggest impact.
And what about your own role in this whole thing? You know, a year later, a lot of people here know your face. I can only imagine what you've been through, not only physically, but just as a, I don't know if you call it celebrity, but how has that changed you, or what are your thoughts about that whole experience?
Well, it's definitely a weird experience, and I'm happy to take ownership of it and to continue to be a voice for Occupy Oakland and other marginalized voices. And it can be a lot of pressure at times, but it's more than about what I've done. It's about what all of us have done together with Occupy Oakland.
And do you have any one little message? Because in some ways, especially tonight, I know we had the anniversary a couple weeks ago. If there was one thing you would want to say, although you may get up and say it on the megaphone to people about where they should take this movement tonight and beyond, what would you tell to Occupy, to Oakland, and to Occupy Wall Street?
I think where to go is to just keep just find something close to your home that you can find people who care about it and have an impact close to your home. I think maybe these large actions aren't always as productive. Maybe it's time to network underground and have a real change, I guess.
That's cool. I'll make you sound good. That's my job. All right, cool. Thanks, man.
Thank you.